Sup, Nerdmigos? I'm the Jive Talking Nerd, John Norgrove, and this is Pint Night, the once-weekly hangout where we talk about whatever the heck I want to talk about, and we have a pint. So grab yourself a brew and let's crack into it. Today I am drinking... Okay, so we went to the grocery store this morning. I actually have a story about this. So we went to the grocery store this morning, like before football or whatever, to get what we wanted to have for dinner and like basic necessities that we needed to pick up. And I saw this, this is a HenHouse beer with the like chicken in the blue spacesuit, like in a spaceship, you know, with the cowboy hat and the gold bars. Like, it's called Billionaire Recluse, which is fantastic. It's super delicious. Secret time, I had a pint before this pint. But it's super funny, and also it's very clearly a joke at the expense of Jeff Bezos. But there is a mistake on the can. If you'll notice, if you can see if the GoPro wants to focus in on it, which who knows at this point in time if it does or does not. But if you look at the can, this chicken doesn't have a watch on the outside of his spacesuit like Jeff Bezos does. So, false Bezos advertisement, I feel. Still a good IPA, though. Or actually, I believe this is a double IPA. Yeah, this is a double IPA. So, like, 8.5%, yep, double IPA with Eldorado and Simcoe hops, which are good. Eldorado's good, Simcoe's good. I like Simcoe a lot, actually. Yeah, so that's the pint that I'm drinking. I like HenHouse. They're local boys, and I was looking at something else entirely, and then saw this. I was just like, I have to get that. Ugh. So, which actually brings me into like the first thing that I want to talk about that isn't sports ball related, and we'll get there also, is that SpaceX, not this guy, had like a talk about the they had like a presentation or whatever about the Starship and booster or whatever they're calling this thing now, and it was really cool. The talk was you know, a lot of, you know, fluff and pomp and all that kind of stuff, which was rad. But what was really nice was the graphic. They did like a nice render of like how it's gonna launch and how it's gonna, you know, how the booster is gonna get caught, and then how Starship, once in orbit, is going to fuel up. They're not gonna do the butt-to-butt fuel up. They're doing they're doing it back-to-back style. John Woo gunfight scene style, and which is cool and different, and I guess makes sense. I don't know. It makes exactly as much sense as the last graphic they showed us, so yes, whatever they want. And then it showed, like, at the end, it showed the Starship landing on Mars with just like a whole ass Mars city behind it, which was awesome. I'm just like, yeah, you know what you guys are doing. So that's really exciting. You know, and we learned a bunch of stuff. Boca Chica isn't going to be the primary launch facility for these. They're going to do it in Florida, but like, again, obviously Florida's closer to the equator, I think, so the launches are better. There's like specific reasons why Florida is so space launchy. So like, that was interesting, and they're at a point where they can do like almost one of the new engines a day, which is good since they have to make like 30 of them or whatever the fuck, for the booster and the Starship together, which is cool. So, like, you know, we got a lot of info, but we'll wait and see when we can finally get the fucking launch, now that they have the full stack sitting up on the what are they calling it, stage 0, the launch gantry or whatever. So, you know, we'll see what's going on with that. But so that was cool. We also have, obviously, today is, or was, since it's the evening today, the Super Bowl was today. The primary sports ball event of the year or whatever. I had like some squares, and like, I enjoy watching football, but honestly, the Super Bowl for me is like 99% commercials, 1% foosball. But it was fun. You know, the game was fun. There were some damn good commercials. Let me tell you what. I think for me, the commercial gold goes to retired Arnold Schwarzenegger Zeus. That with who played, was that Salma Hayek?
Yeah.
With Salma Hayek as Hera,
Yes.
Yes, it's Salma Hayek's Hera. I had to think about that harder than I should have. But that was really cool. That was like a really, really fun commercial. We got a couple of trailers, but for the most part, I try and keep up with trailers, so like those were good. But like I had seen those before. There were certainly a few commercials where the commercial happened, and Julie and I were like, oh, I wonder what this is a commercial for. And then at the end, it was like Toyota, and you're like, shit, okay. Like, I don't know how you got that, but like, whatever. So like that was cool or whatever. But the big like blowout badassery of this Super Bowl was the halftime show. It was, let's see if I can remember this. It's Mary J. Blige, Snoop, Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, and Eminem. And it was so awesome. Holy shit. Like, best Super Bowl halftime show in a while. Like, since Prince? I'm trying to think of who came after Prince. I'm gonna go since Prince. Unless you can think of somebody better, then comment below in the dibbly-doo and tell me, because, like, maybe I'm forgetting something amazing. Like, it's entirely plausible. We were talking about the show last year, and I was just like, you know what? I have no memory of that. Like, I remember the Rooms part, but I don't remember who sang or what was happening.
It was The Weeknd.
Oh, it was The Weeknd. Oh, okay. Oh, there you go. It was The Weeknd. But so yeah, that was really cool. You know, like the halftime show was really cool. Great music, you know, good dancing, cool setup, which was rad. Speaking on sports, before I transition into the other stuff, we've watched like a little bit of the Olympics. We liked days before the Olympics, we were like, we're gonna watch the Olympics, and then the Olympics started, and we were like, we got other stuff to do, so we haven't. We watched a little bit of curling, which is maybe my favorite Winter Olympics sport. Curling and skiing and shooting a gun. That is always a very cool sport to me, whatever that's called, ski shooting. But we did watch some curling, which was good. I love curling. I'm so into it. It's so much fun. I mean, it's basically like advanced science fiction shuffleboard, and like, why not, right? So that was rad. Let's see what else happened this week. Oh, that was the other thing. Star Trek is back. So, well, Star Trek's always on, but like Star Trek Discovery is back. So we got, you know, through season 4, episode 8 of Star Trek Discovery, and we did like a Trek Jive for that. So if you haven't seen that yet, like, check that out in the thing. But so yeah, we watched Star Trek. It was super rad. I'm so glad to be back on Discovery. Like, I know we have Picard season 2 next, I think. And then after that, we have Lower Decks season 3 and Strange New Worlds season 1. But I don't know which order those are in. And that's, like, I'm very excited about Picard. It's going to be interesting, as well as Q is back and Guinan's back, which is rad. Or at least, excuse me, Q and Guinan might be back, because, like, every commercial I have seen just has one, like the same, like, 5 seconds of, like, Q saying a word, or, like, Guinan saying a word. But since, like, there was a bunch of scenes in the last season where Jean-Luc was, like, having dream sequences, I don't know that Star Trek would do this, but could you imagine, and, like, a little part of me is like, what if the scenes with, like, Guinan and Q are just fucking dream sequences, and we were being completely misdirected? Like, that would be super fucked up. But always be prepared for that to be shitty marketing. So I'm like, they're back, this is gonna be great, and then I'm like, but maybe they're not, and I'm gonna be sad. So I have to be prepared to be sad for that. So, like, I'm excited about that, but, like, also, like, I'm a little like, what if it isn't what I think it is? Because I love Guinan and I love Q. They're the best. But then we also have, I haven't seen anything about what the next season of Lower Decks is on about at all. And we have, like, that teaser thing that came out on, like, Star Trek Day about, Undiscovered Country. Jeez, I just had a stroke. whatever, the Captain Pike show, Strange New Worlds, about Strange New Worlds. So like that's fun. I'm excited about that. I really, really love the cast that they have for that. I super love the guy they have playing Pike. I love who they have playing Number One. Number One is awesome in the books, so I'm very excited to see like how far into that they decide to like dive into or whatever. So that's gonna be exciting. And let's see, we got those, and we had the season finale or something, some sort of finality to Mandalorian, the book of Boba Fett. In my mind, those two shows, because they've already started crossing, now just one show, like completely lost one show. So yeah, like that was good. That was cool. I'm glad the Rancor. I was like the whole time. I was just like, I hope the Rancor doesn't die. Please don't let this cute ass Rancor die. And it didn't, so that's exciting. But yeah, I was mostly concerned about the Rancor the whole time. But no, it was fun. I enjoyed that. And so lastly, fun story time. So I just got Thrill of the Fight for the Oculus. I was just like, I just got paid. I'm gonna buy a new Oculus game. So I bought Thrill of the Fight, the boxing game, and I was like, I'm gonna play a couple of rounds of this. And I ended up playing for 30 minutes in Thrill of the Fight, and totally got like engrossed in the game like immediately, and like trying to like read the players and like dodging stuff and like trying to like get in and such. And I like fully just torched my arms Friday evening. So all weekend, because like it's Sunday right now, like all weekend I have been just like my shoulders, like it's not too bad today. I'm a little bit more like movie. But yesterday, man, I was just like, what is that down there? My back hurts. I don't want to do that. What is that up there? I'm not gonna lift my arm higher than that. It's too high. Knock it over with a stick. So I just like torched my arms playing Thrill of the Fight. But it was a super fun game, and it's super engrossing, and I am garbage at it. Just like immediate hot summer sun on the pavement garbage, right? Like I know that there was probably a tutorial that I should have clicked, and like my happy ass was probably just like, get through the stuff, play the game. But yeah, I just like shot right past all of the things where they teach you what to do, and they're just like, welcome to your first fight, and I was like, figure it out while it happens. So I'm probably playing like garbage, but it's a lot of fun, just in general to like play, and it's one of those games that's like interesting and responsive enough that I'm super into it. I still did a little like boot up sequence, a little warm up with Ragnarok, because that's always super fun. And I ended up not playing Pistol Whip at all, which sucks. I need to get into that. So I'll probably play Pistol Whip tomorrow. But yeah, so again, the Oculus VR workout exercise thing, banging it up. That's turning out good. Also, like, because I'm like tracking calories and doing all this fitness stuff, like like I've kind of like gone over a couple of times this week, just because like I was in like the East Bay for work stuff, so I like had lunch there, and today's the Super Bowl, so we ate out for lunch because we were going grocery shopping, and then we just had these fantastic jalapeno and pepper jack cheese sausages on like French rolls with like grilled onions and tomatoes that Julie cooked up. That was like amazing. Oh, and we found a nacho cheese that isn't like danger oil. So we like put a little bit of that on those, like a small amount. But so it was like, this is super delicious. We so we had like a kind of grand dinner, and we had like a pretty grand lunch. So sort of like blew out the calories there. But just in general, kind of like staying focused on that and being aware of it and like making decisions. Like we were talking about it when we were in the grocery store, that like, it's like instead of shopping for a deal or shopping for like, like you're just like, I'm hungry, let's get these frozen pizzas and let's get these whatever, right? It's like, all right, well, I know what I'm having for lunch. Like I have these cookies. It's in the kitchen. I will bring one in, like if I remember, I will bring one in the video to show you for the next time. that we got, and I just call it a cookie because like it's supposed to be like a meal replacement, healthy alternative. It's a fucking cookie with frosting in between, right? Like let's not screw around. Yeah, it's only like 140 or 160 calories or whatever, but like it's 2 cookies with frosting in between, right? Just because it's like low calories and whatever, it doesn't matter. But it's super delicious. It's almond nut butter as the frosting is the frosting, whatever, and like the cookies are like cinnamon flavored. And what I discovered like last week while I was at work was that if I like skyr, regular yogurt is too sugary. I don't really like super big sweet things like that, so I can't really do regular yogurt. And Greek yogurt is just like not as good as skyr to me, just because now like I've had it. So we get like skyr, and so like dipping this cookie in the skyr is basically just like covering a frosting cookie with frosting for me. So that's super delicious, but it's like a super tiny lunch. So like when I'm like having to work in the office, it's perfect. So like we bought that, and it's like, oh, the yogurt's not on sale, but like I need 3, so who cares? So it's one of those like scaling down the amount you eat allows you to replace that food with like a higher quality food, which is kind of cool. So we're having that conversation, but inevitably, to circle back to like the first story that I said that I had or whatever, we got home and we like put the groceries away and we like did some stuff and had some like work we had to do, like placing orders for like the shop at YouTube and stuff, and like watched the Super Bowl, and we're like at the end of the almost at the end of the Super Bowl, and it's like time to start thinking about dinner, and I'm like searching the kitchen for the bloody rolls that we had for dinner to like scan the barcode or whatever, and we left them at the grocery store several hours ago. So Julie had to like run to the store to go pick them up, which sucked, but she missed sports ball, so that's not that big of a deal. And by this point in time, the commercials were all lame, because the good commercials are like early on, at least in my opinion. So yeah, like we forgot those at the grocery store, but we were very focused on the food truck in Guerneville. There's like a Mexican food truck in Guerneville at the Safeway, and it's amazing. If you're ever in the area, definitely give it a try. It was such a delicious lunch, so filling but so delicious. So yeah, we like overall it's been a pretty rad week. A little bit of news, a little bit of whatever. Are you watching the Olympics? And if so, what is your favorite Olympic winter sport? As I've said, mine is curling, the coolest sport that's basically also shuffleboard. So I love curling. I wish that there was like a curling team here in Sonoma County, or like a club or whatever. I think the last time I looked at the closest one was like several hours away, and I love curling, but not 2 hours of driving enough. That's too much love. So yeah, but either way, I've been John Norgrove. This has been a delicious pint, and I will catch you, using the royal we there, I will catch you next time for more of a Pint Night. So yeah, stay frosty, folks.